too. You want to speak? I don't want that shit to be blown back in my face. Oh, it is real. Hey, y'all, do me a favor. My fault, man. Could you raise it up for me, y'all? He's cool. Why it's live, though? Why it's live? It's cool. Just bring it up while it's live. No, I'm saying that. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, shalom. Start like in a minute. Is it good? No, that's 2 hours. I mean, you don't go any higher than that, huh?
You can go high.
Yeah, bring it higher. Stand it all the way up. Go at it. Yeah, I don't like to be looking down at it, man. You on the mountains, I don't know. What y'all on, man? Oh, yeah, that's what. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yashar Barakatham. Brothers out there, Shalom, Yahweh Shema Atham Hashem Yashai to you sisters out there. The ISUPK, coming on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Officer Apayak out here in Arizona. We got classes Tuesday to Friday. Through Friday, I'm saying from 7 to 9 p.m. And we got classes on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to noon. I'm saying that's 10 a.m. to noon is a Sabbath service we got every Saturday. So you come through, you're going to see Officer Parak out here. I'm saying you're going to see myself. I'm saying the Matazai, you're going to see the troopers. I'm saying you come out, man, and kick it with your brothers, man. Today's class, we're going to jump right into World War III. I'm saying classes on World War III or wars. I kind of like these classes, and the reason why I like these classes is because these classes speak on danger. I'm saying these classes speak on danger and fear, and there's nothing more than Black and Hispanic and Native Americans. I'm saying listen to or catch your attention more than death. I'm saying or fear, whether it be fear of something or the death or something. Our people is infatuated with both things, and today we so happen to be touching on a topic that deals with both fear and death. I'm saying World War III, it will be a lot of death. I'm saying a lot of people are going to die, right? And World War III also deals with fear because a lot of people are afraid of that time and that time that's to come. I'm saying that even a lot of people out in the world, something I've come to notice is they're afraid to even speak on World War III. I'm saying to speak on Revelation. You know, Revelation represents World War III and the end of the world to them, right? So they're afraid to even speak on it. And have you ever heard of that? People don't want to hear about Revelations. Don't talk about Revelation to me. Is it me? One of the things I remember my auntie was she would not want to touch on anything to do with World War III, Revelations in the end of the book. So much so, the book, it's like she would like if you come to her and like leave Revelations open, right? And at the end of Revelations, she don't want to read what the ending say out. You know what I'm trying to say? Like people are that afraid of it. So that's why this topic is so important, because it deals with both death and it deals with fear. And let's jump right into give me that article, Parag. In fact, no. Give me Ezekiel 20 and 32. Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 32.
There's a book of Ezekiel chapter.
Amatazai, if you cannot, give me Revelations, like Revelations 14. Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. Whenever Yakim's ready.
There's the book of Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse 32. If that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all, that ye say, we will be as the heathen, as the families of the countries, to serve wood and stone. As I live, saith the Most High God, Surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you.
Read that again.
As I live, saith the Most High God, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you. And I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered.
And Most High would do what?
Gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered.
Most High said he would gather us out of the country where we are scattered, right? But before that, if you notice what the Most High say, right? And I'm gonna come right back to that. I want you to keep going for me. Give me what you got up.
Revelations 14:1.
Revelation chapter 14, verse 11. Or chapter Revelations 11 and 14 up.
Okay, 11. Book of Revelations, chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past.
The what?
The second woe is past.
That's in Revelations chapter 11, verse 14, right? The brother is saying that the second woe was past. This is one I should have got first, Lucky. I'm saying the second woe was past, right? The woe in the Bible is destruction. So the second destruction, great destruction of past that the Bible is speaking on, right? Go ahead out.
And behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Behold, the what?
The third woe cometh quickly.
The third destruction, right? The third world's war cometh quickly. Go ahead.
Right. And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdom of heaven, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Christ, and he shall reign forever and ever.
So the kingdom of Yahushua, right, of Jesus Christ, is coming where he shall reign forever and ever. The third woe. I'm saying the third world's war. Don't forget, today's class is like if you're writing a paper, it's like an introduction. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I like these classes because they deal on both, like I said before, deals on fear. You know what I'm saying? It deals on killing. Two things our people are infatuated with, right? And this class in particular is so important because when you're writing a paper, you need an attention grabber. Every now and then, you need an attention grabber, and there's no greater attention grabber than death. I'm saying, imagine starting off your paper like, or I don't know, the teacher coming to the classroom, a substitute teacher come in. You know where we used to be in school, no one cares about a substitute teacher, right? Except if there's a substitute teacher, as far as we consider, it's a day off if the real teacher is not there. Right. I'm saying, but one thing the substitute teacher can do to grab my attention, at least I used to be in school, right? I sat in the back of the class, you know, I was one of the kids, you know what I'm saying? And if she or he would have wrote on there, you're going to die, in the whiteboard, everyone would have definitely caught my attention. You know what I'm saying? So, and classes like this, I feel grab the public's attention. I'm saying, so class like this attracts the what's the word I'm looking for? Attracts the crowd, the audience, right? Per se. Give me what you got again, Parap. From 20 and 32. Yeah.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 20 and verse 32. And that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all.
And that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all, right? Go ahead.
That ye say, we will be as the heathen, as the families of the countries.
That say what?
That say, we will be as the heathen, as the families of the countries.
We will be like the heathens. Who said we would be like the heathens? Israel, right? Black and Hispanics. You cannot tell me black and Hispanics don't desire to be like the heathens up. How do I know? We would throw our own culture away just to put on the garment of the heathens. Just to pick up that unk, we would jump. I'm telling you, black people hate the fact you tell them the Israelites up. But you know what they love? They love the Egyptology, right? Brother Parak brought out on Sunday, he touched a heavy point on the Jamaicans, right? The Jamaicans, if he mentioned anything to do with, let me take it back. You mentioned Israelites. A lot of Rastafarians do know about Israelite, yes. But they classify the Israelites to be as the Africans, meaning they're holding the Africans at such a high level, meaning if you're back in Africa, that's the motherland. That's where the home is. You know what I'm saying? That's where Zion is, as far as they're concerned. That's the homeland, right? Meaning before they gathered themselves together with the same slaves that came off those slave ships with them, they would gather with the Africans who never seen slavery. They were willing to put on a garment of the Africans before they ever try to come together with any Puerto Ricans, any Black Americans, Dominican. The Benjamin, like a lot of them Rastafarians, heavy. Don't get me wrong, there's a few good disciplines about them, of course, right? But they're willing to put on that garment before they ever even consider coming together with all Black people, just Black people that came out of the slave ships coming together with the Native Americans. They don't want to hear none of that shit. Even when Native Americans dwell around them, there's cool, like there's Taino Indians, Arawak Indian descent that dwell around them. They ain't thinking about coming together with them. But the Africans, yes. The Haile Selassie and the Rastafarian, yes, absolutely. And the brothers here in America, right? The Judite brothers, the Black American brothers, right? As they say, who do they come together with? Egyptology, right? They love it's almost as if I've noticed being on the sidelines looking, not so much on the sidelines, but I've been keeping an eye on the Judah and Benjamin. Something I noticed about Judah and Benjamin when it comes to Africans, Salaki. When it comes to the Black Americans, the Blacks that's here in America, and the ones that's outside of America, but on the continent of the Americas, meaning South and Central America and the Caribbean islands, right? Something the Benjamites. This is what I noticed. It's almost as if we have so much divide out. Like we would, even amongst the heathens, we would pick two different heathens to join ourselves to, right? The Judites run to what? Egypt. Because why? Egypt was the most prominent, right? If you name a land in Africa, they tell you that the history of the Egyptians was so dominant and prominent, right? And the Benjamites run with Ethiopians, right? Why?
Because of Selassie.
Yes, but I'm speaking on like they're carnal. You know what I'm saying? Think carnally, right? So the Black Americans choose the Egyptians because they're prominent, right? Why did Jamaicans choose the Ethiopians? What was great about Ethiopia? What was great about Ethiopia? Don't forget, Ethiopia got a saying where they say what? They've never been conquered, right? Whoever heard that saying before? The Ethiopians had that. Yeah, they boast by saying they have never been conquered. Where to me, just because you weren't physically come in and shit wasn't taken from you, to me, bowing down is you being conquered, all right. But they don't see it like that. So the Jamaicans choose the Ethiopians because Ethiopians what you call like the second most prominent, or like Ethiopians is where the Goliath came out of, right? Yes, Goliath, right? What's the other one that came out of Ethiopia? Damn, my heathen's name that came out of Ethiopia. The one that was almost conquered the world. Everyone's afraid of him.
You talking about Nimrod?
Nimrod. Nimrod came out of Ethiopia, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Look that up for me. I'm almost positive Nimrod came out of. So Ethiopians, I give them that. If you look at their history, Ethiopians have been. I've been a pretty. That's what I'm looking for. I've been a warrior-like people. I'll give them that. Ethiopians have been a warrior-like people, right? So the Benjamites just choose the other prominent Africans, and now look, even with us choosing the heathens, there's still divide because of our absolute income. What I guess I'm gonna say?
Yeah, you was right.
It was right. Yeah, Nimrod. Yeah, I almost. It's one thing I know. I think I want to say subconsciously I've heard it enough. That's how I know that Nimrod came out of there. I'm saying the Benjamites like a Nimrod. Oh shit, he a warrior. He did like they gonna. I know. I'm a Benjamite. I know. I'm saying I know this tribe. Talking about like war and fighting and yes, I'm saying they gonna like that, and that's the reason why they choose the Ethiopians. right? Meaning, even amongst the heathens, we still can't come together. Go ahead and finish that for me, 32 or 33.
Come on, 32. To serve wood and stone. Verse 33. As I live, saith the Most High God, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you. And I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein you are scattered.
Give me Isaiah 26, Isaiah 26 and 20. And you give me Joel 3 and 9 up. Barak, give me Joel 3 and 9. Remember, Isaiah 26 up. 26 and 20. Right? We're going to touch on World War III. In a minute, we're going to go into the conflict between China and the USA. If you're out there and you don't know there's a conflict between China and USA, man, you're living in a cave. The world is about to break out into World War III. You are living in an absolute cave, man. I'm saying, go ahead and read it from the top for me, y'all.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 26, verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hid thyself, as it were, for a little moment.
Do what?
Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment.
Hide thyself as if it were for a little moment, right? Meaning, when that time has come, why would someone hide? Why would someone need to hide when that time comes? There's only one way a man have to go ahead up.
Well, two reasons: because they scared and because they know they're about to get defeated.
Yes, I'm saying you only hide when it's danger, huh? That's the only way a man, whether you run, it's danger, huh? When you hear stories about, man, they chase so and so down, or you know what I'm saying. That's the other day I was looking at this story, and they said that that brother, what's his name, Big Meech. You know, they have a show out, BMF show that 50 Cent have out, his son portraying him. And I guess when Big Meech got into it with some guy out of New York, I remember hearing the Benjamites, my uncle and them mention his name when I was young, man. Wolf, right? And how Wolf shot Big Meech in his buttocks. That's where they use exactly, buttocks. You know what buttocks mean? He shot him in the ass, right?
Right.
You only shoot someone in the ass when they're doing what? When they're running away. Slack you. I'm saying they fleeing. So he was afraid. You only flee when you're afraid. I'm saying that's what this reading that. I'm saying speaking on that, locking the doors and being in danger made me think of. Go ahead.
Until the indignation be overpassed. For behold,
until the what?
Until the indignation be overpassed.
Until the indignation be overpassed. What's the indignation? What's indignation? Give me the Google definition of indignation up. Go ahead up.
I got it.
Go ahead up.
Indignation, anger or annoyance provoked by what is perceived as unfair treatment.
Wrong. It's right there, right? So the Most High is saying, hide yourself, right? Hide yourself, but for a little time till the indignation be passed. So what is the Most High saying here? What up?
Hide yourself until he's fulfilled.
He's fulfilled. Right. You know what I'm saying? Until I'm done dishing out what I got to dish out. You know what I'm saying? For all this wickedness going on. Go ahead, Parag. Give me what you got out.
The book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9.
Joel.
Come. Book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war.
Say it again. Read from the top again.
Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war.
Prepare war, right? Go ahead.
Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Mm-hmm.
Assemble yourselves, and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Right.
For there will I sit to judge all the heathen
Right.
round about.
The valley of decision, right? So the Most High is saying, wake up the mighty men. Right? Why would he need to say wake up the mighty men during the time of indignation?
Because that's what he want to take his anger out on.
He wants to take his anger out on the mighty men of the other nations. Khan, you know what I'm saying? So the Most High is saying what? Just like any true warrior, what is he saying? He's saying that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just because the Most High has always been about showing his power. So he's saying, give me the strongest, that you got, and I'm gonna beat him down. I'm gonna destroy him.
I never forget when was it the brother by the name of Earl Spence, the Judite, right? The Judite boxer named Earl Spence. He was gonna fight the brother named Kell Brook. Kell Brook is a Benjamin, if I'm not mistaken. Kell Brook was a mighty. I'm saying Kell Brook was skilled. Everyone was afraid of Kell Brook at one time up, right? Undefeated. One thing I remember the Judite said was, he says, no, I don't want to fight him on U.S. territory. I want to fight him in England, right? A lot of Benjamites already in England. So he said, I want to fight him in England. I want him to be around all his family, you know what I'm saying, his crowd, his people cheering for him when I beat him. That spirit right there, our brother had, that's the same spirit that's being read about right here.
Right.
Bring me their best. I want him to bring his best. I want to be comfortable. I want him to be around his family. I want to be enjoy himself. And he went in there. Him and Kell Brook put on a fight. I think the fight Errol Spence won. He broke what is this called again? The bone right here, where you're about to lose your eye socket. So they stopped the fight. I forgot what the bone is called. Anyway, but he broke the brother's bone right here, and that's when they stopped the fight and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna lose his eye. Right by the Yukon. I'm saying that spirit right there is exactly what we're reading about right now. The Most High saying, I want them to bring their best. Give me the article that you have for what I sent you up.
This is an article off of the New York Times.
This is the article from the New York Times, right? What's the title of it up?
Taiwan, trade, tech, and more. A tense era in U.S.-China ties.
Let me ask you this. Why do the U.S. have such interest in Taiwan? You would think that with the Taiwan, what nation of people the Taiwanese from? Are they Japhet?
Yeah,
they came on Japhet, right?
Yeah, Japhet. I believe they're Moab.
Moab? Okay, all right. So you would think from one Moab nation to another, U.S. just leave them alone, right? Why not just leave the Taiwanese alone? You have any idea? Why would the U.S. want to go over there? You see how big Taiwan is, huh? If you look at the internet, right, and go to Google and pull up a map of Taiwan, huh? How big is Taiwan? Give me the exact. Let me get it right now. How big is Taiwan? Right? Why would U.S. have such interest in an island, huh? Just a little. Go ahead, huh?
It's 245 miles long.
It's what?
245 miles long.
It's almost, the brother laughed. It's almost jokeable. I think this one's about to fall right here.
Yes.
It's almost joke. It's almost jokeable, right? It's 200 and what up?
245 miles long and 90 miles wide.
Oh my God. 90 miles wide, 240 miles long. They're about to run the risk of starting World War III over this little island. Why?
Because of the pride?
Say it again?
Because of the pride?
That's the reason why. That's the reason why. The Most High. Go ahead, Proc. Yes, we want to say. Go ahead.
No, you kind of moved on already. I was just gonna say, it's basically just the size of Maryland. Say the state of Maryland.
The state of Maryland, right? So picture the state of Maryland. You see that? Maryland's not even mentioned in the U.S. That's how small Taiwan is. Right? Out here in Arizona, they got a big Taiwanese company that's they're building up on the 303, right? They signed another $11 billion project. Altogether, I think they signed about little like over 30 billion. They signed this Taiwanese project, right? That's coming out. That's on the 303 here in Arizona that they're building. So the Taiwanese are building basically, it's a chip making plant. If anyone know anything about Intel, I'm saying it's the US primary like chip plant for like phones and certain like for all your for your phones, your PlayStations, your computer, everything, right? This chip making plant, they build chips, I'm saying, for microchips, whatever it may be. Chemicals, they use chemicals and all that shit with it, and that's how they build these chips. Now, there's a Taiwanese company over here now that's putting money down, bigger money than Intel have to build an even bigger chip plant. And that's what's going on over here. Now, my question is this. You would think with US, right, having a problem with China, why allow Taiwan to open up businesses here in US? Why allow it? Especially since they can't control them, right? US can't control Taiwan, meaning them and China is in a battle for Taiwan, meaning it's not theirs per se, because they're in a battle for it. They're fighting over it. So why then have a Taiwanese company open up a plant on US base? Self-explanatory. Go ahead.
I would say control.
Control. Absolutely, yeah. Because surely Taiwan is going to join with us if we're helping them make money, right? Yeah, they're going to join with us. We're helping them, giving them tax cuts, and we're giving them funds to come over here, them and their people, and open up businesses to U.S. public and make money off of these businesses. Surely they're going to choose us, right? That's what they're thinking. Keep reading from me out.
The Biden administration has called managing America's relationship with Beijing the biggest geopolitical test of the 21st century. No relationship is shaping the planet more, and no relationship sees across such a wide and consequential set of issues with more tension and mistrust.
More what?
Tension and mistrust.
Why would there be mistrust? Precept out. That's easy. Why would China have mistrust in America?
Oh, because I mean,
ask Native Americans.
Yeah.
What would they say?
When we look at all the treaties they broke.
White man speak a bit of four tongue. Everybody know this, huh? Do you think China's gonna trust them, huh? Right? Keep going for me, Parag.
The United States and China are profoundly at odds on how people and economies should be governed. The two powers jockey for influence beyond their own shores, compete in technology, and maneuver for military advantages on land, in outer space, and in cyberspace.
Make no misunderstanding. World War III is inevitable. War between China and US is inevitable. Why? For the same reason why a fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder was inevitable. There can only be one. There can only be one. With the U.S. saying that they have the power and they've been reigning for years, and China wanting to be that power and wanted to now control the earth, they have to meet in a clash to decide who will control the earth. It's only right. It is only right. Times have always, each and every time that we've been in, there's always been two superpower fight. I'm saying for supremacy. Boxing's the same thing. Football is the same thing. You got two teams go to this championship, right? This is the Super Bowl, right? And in basketball, you get two teams go to the final. Like, what is it? It's, NBA championships, right? So that's the way of life. There can only be one. So what should Black and Hispanic and Native Americans be doing in this time? They should be gathering themselves together, man, and preparing for the time that's to come.
Right.
That's what they should be doing, gathering themselves together. Wait for that indignation to pass. I'm saying the most like indignation to pass. That's what we should be doing this time. World War III is inevitable. I'm saying there's tons of precepts we could pull in the Bible. I'm saying of World War III. Let's get another one up. Give me Isaiah 13. In better get no. Give me Matthew's 24 up. Start at 6. Give me 6 and 7. Matthew's 24, 6 and 7.
Book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6. For nation shall rise against nation.
For what?
It's like it. Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Ye shall hear of what?
Of wars and rumors of wars.
Ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars, right? Rumors saying that what? Right now, if US was to, because you know US helped Israel, right? Right now, if Israel was to bomb Iran, what happened?
Their allies were joined together.
Whose ally was joined together?
Iran's allies.
Who's Iran's ally?
I believe Russia
Khan.
and Khan.
So Russia is Iran's ally, right? What's Russia and U.S. Relations? Absolutely terrible. Most importantly, there's rumors that Russia and China is joining together. What happens when Russia and China join together? Let me put it like this to you up.
Oh yeah, Khan, I heard that too.
Let's say you got a neighborhood, and you have three prominent neighborhoods up. In fact, you have one prominent neighborhood and two neighborhoods on the rise joined together. What does that mean?
They're about to play bully. They're about to dominate.
They're about to. Why would that mean they're about to dominate? Why do these two coming together mean they're about to dominate?
Well, for one, they got a common enemy.
They do have a common enemy, right? And with them having a common enemy and them joining together, that common enemy is like, well, obviously it's for me. You know how I look at it, Doc? You have to look at it like this. Why would they even feel need to join? To me, that would be an act of war. Russia and China, if I'm the US, Russia and China come together to become allies, will be an act of war to me. And the reason why is because I'm on the outside looking, going, hold on. You have us, you have Russia, China, you got US. US at number one, and you have Russia and China at second and third. Why would the second and third need to join together for? You got us, imagine that, right? You got us three big dogs up at top. Imagine that. You got the three big dogs up top, right? Why would two of the big dogs need to join together for?
To be sure to win the fight against the other one.
The other big dog, right? That's common sense to you. You mean to tell me that the only reason, the way I wouldn't look at this as a threat if I was the US, if China and Russia come and say, well, we want to join hands with you too. I'd be like, okay, nigga, yeah. I'm saying, it's like for my language, I've been okay, yeah. Yeah, you better be joining side with me. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that Russia and China is sitting down and want to come to terms and join hands up, it only means war. It only means war to me. Talking about some streets, it only means war to me, unless I'm joining hands, unless I'm at the table. You mean to tell me you're having a table, having a mob meeting, I'm not invited? Obviously, it's an act of war. All right. That's an act of war. And that's what the Most High is speaking on here, right? Nation shall rise against nations. Right. It's only right that U.S. have everyone come against them. The reason why is because U.S. have done so much dirt. You ever saw a bully? You ever saw when everyone get tired of that bully and people start jumping on that bully? First off, in the nation of Israel, there could never be any bullies. I could never be any bullies. Only white people in the white nations are bullies, and this is the reason why I say that. And I know a lot of you tough guys out there probably jumping my head for saying this, right? I don't care how tough you are. I'm saying you come from Kingston and how tough you are, and your family and run neighborhood. I've seen people. I've known people personally, blood ties personally. Families run neighborhoods that now. They're once the bully, now they're the one getting bullied. It does not work like that in the nation of Israel. Israelites, we will fight. There's nothing we love more than fighting against another Israelite. As bad as Chapo was, right? Chapo Guzman was, and all the killing he was doing. You should ask yourself, if he was so bad, why would there need to be all this killing? He has to keep killing because niggas are trying to kill him. That's how it works, It would never be. Not amongst our nation, you'll find much bully. Go ahead, officer. It's like.
No, it's like I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm saying our nation, there can't be any bullies, You won't find as bad as Frank Lucas and all them was, Them brothers ain't about to. Frank Lucas can't make a move or snap a finger without telling what them brothers in California what to do. Bad as Larry Hoover and them was. They think the brothers that follow Tookie Williams, you know what I'm saying, and them care anything about that? There would never be amongst the nation of Israel how our people is. That's the reason why King David had to kill so much of us. King David had to force our hand Damn it into extinction. And it's only right because our people are bred like that. Our people are bred because we will fight each other to the death. I'm telling you right now, they could not be amongst the Benjamites. I know there cannot be no one man that think he about to come in. It won't be like that. They would kill their own cut. They would, if their own family got to die, they're going to fight you to the death. I know. Because that's how our nation is. You know what I'm saying? That's why nations shall fight against nations. For that reason, Most High is doing all this for the nation of Israel's sake. He's doing this for our sake, because he know that there's no way they're going to gather together amongst one man. Let's say tomorrow comes, right? And talking about Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover come out and he said, I want to join all black people to come together. Talking about blacks in America, South America, and the Caribbean islands. I'm calling all gathering, all blacks to come together. What do you think is going to happen, Parag? They look at him like he's a damn fool, while you get to lead. The Most High know this with us, the spirit that he put on us. You know who else also know? I just said it. King David knew. He had to kill that much of us, The Most High know that if I don't come back and save these people, they will be in this condition forever because they wouldn't even come together and come together under one man here on the earth. Like look at the Indians, right? Over in India. What's that Indian name that led the Indian Revolution?
Gandhi.
Gandhi, right? You see how vast majority of Indians came under Gandhi? Wrong or right? Give me another one. This ain't not Israel. It's Nelson Mandela, right? And Huey Mandela and all them, his wife and all them. You see how vast majority of Africans rally under him? Name one other Israelite. Name just one Israelite that had that much following as they did. You can't mention Martin Luther King. Don't forget, there was Malcolm and them on the scene at the time of the Muslims. So he didn't have vast majority of our people. I'm saying you can't mention Marcus Garvey because Marcus Garvey and them had the vast majority of Benjamites Yeah, don't get me wrong. He had a lot of Judites here too, also, but there's a lot of them that was not with that Back to Africa movement. Go ahead, Parag.
I was just gonna say Martin Luther King actually modeled his whole, career in, he modeled his whole career in, saving black people after Gandhi, but he never could accomplish what Gandhi did. Like them walkouts and them boycotts.
Yeah,
he got that from Gandhi, but Gandhi wasn't getting sprayed in the street with fire hoses.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because MLK, he couldn't achieve that.
Right.
So like,
there's never been that's a nation of Israel number 1. Look at a man by the name of Julio down in Venezuela. What's his name again? The bad brother, man. The bad brother from Venezuela, man. I'm disappointed in myself for getting his name up. I'm really disappointed. That brother from Venezuela.
You like an activist?
The famous president from Venezuela, a prime minister. Chavez.
No, I know it's not Che Guevara, but it's
Hugo Chavez. I can't believe I forget his name. Hugo Chavez, right? From Venezuela. Right? Hugo Chavez wanted to rally the South Americans, right? Wanted to rally the Venezuelans. For the most part, he had vast majority of Venezuelans with him up. And he wanted to rally the rest of the South Americans under him. What happened? He died up. They wouldn't come together with him up. There's nothing more than an Israelite hate up than another Israelite ruling over them up. That's the reason why they wouldn't accept Christ the first time when he come. And that's the reason why, just like King David did, when Christ make a second coming out, so much of us has to die out. That is the Israelites. That is who our people is. We have always been that people. So God knows that I have to bring a third world war, unless they'll be in this condition forever. They're not going to get out of it. They won't ever come together. You would think with everything going on with the Mexicans and the South on the border, that they're going to come together with the black people, because look, we both got the same common enemy. These men are fighting each other.
Right.
They're fighting each other. God knows that's how we are. You would say, you would think, you know what? The Benjamites are getting so much pushback from America and the so-called white man and all this illegal mess. Surely he'll come together with the Puerto Ricans, with the Dominicans. Can't tell no Jamaican that out. Jamaican say, what? Oh, the Puerto Rican. They talk about the Spanish. I can't ever understand him. I ain't coming together with him. I know that's exactly what the Benjamin's gonna say. Don't get me wrong. You do have Benjamites and predominantly Benjamites and Israelites that get along really good. Benjamites and Puerto Ricans that get along really good. But I'm talking about on a vast majority scale. Coming together and make a difference. You would not find it amongst Israel. You won't find it. And because the Most High now know how we are, this third world war must happen. Read it again. Nations against. Go ahead. That's something you want to say, Salakia?
No.
Man, this thing is hot as hell, man.
Wars of Salakia, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes, and in diverse places.
And earthquakes in diverse places, places that's not normally known for earthquakes, but earthquakes and all these things will start happening in these places. You know what I'm saying? This is for the nation of Israel's sake, because surely we would never get ourselves out of this captivity. You ever heard the term crab in a bucket? We'll never ever out. And the Most High know how we are. It's the reason why Christ came the first time, we wouldn't accept him as our king. We wouldn't be in this condition if we were, no offense, we were half of what the Indians were when they came together with Gandhi. Now imagine this: a man that came on the earth, he was feeding the poor, healing the sick, and raising the dead, and they still didn't want to follow him up, and gave him up. So much so they gave him up to the other nations. They gave him up for dead. Surely, you thought Malcolm was going to save us? You thought Martin was going to save us? I'm saying the other one from Jamaica, Marcus Garvey was going to save us? You crazy, man? Hugo Chavez is going to save us? Emilio Zapata was going to save us? What's the other one named Pancho Villa was going to save us? It was not going to happen. Red Cloud, Blackfoot. I'm saying, what's the other one? None of them natives were going to save us, man. Go ahead, Slocky. Speak up so they can hear you too.
So, like, I was just going to say, it's like our people would rather join the enemy, just like how there was wicked men back then. You know, there was wicked men that, you know, even in today's time,
right,
that think that making a covenant with the heathens, you know, with the other nations, is really what's gonna keep us safe. You know,
right,
really what's gonna help us, you know, stay alive, or like, you know, a coward thing, right? Just
right,
to stay alive, or what they what's that one word? Survive. Right?
Right.
They want to survive. That's really what they want to do.
Israel is so bad. Like I said before, Christ was raising the dead, and he was feeding the poor up, and the same poor that he was feeding turned on him up. Don't forget, Christ only got 12 niggas with him up. That was the case, and Christ would have had a whole field of niggas. All niggas he was saving and helping, and he should have had a whole army walking behind him out. So much so when the Romans came to got him out, they should have been a war should have broke out in Israel, like all throughout the nations out. Israelites should have been rising up, but he couldn't forget that. He was the greatest amongst us, and he was doing miracles that none of them could have done. The Sadducees and Pharisees wasn't doing those miracles up. The most I know this about Israel, we would never get ourselves out of this captivity. As much as the Jamaicans, all this in Kingston, all the killing they're doing. I'm saying whenever a Chinaman go kill a little boy or some shit like that, and they go out and chop him up in front of the community and this, and people go, damn, and a Chinese kid. You know what's about to go happen next? The next Chinaman's about to offer his daughter to one of them Jamaicans out. Yeah, I'll take her. I'll take her. We would never get ourselves out of this captivity out. So much so, that same man that take that Asian wife out, you know what he gonna do the next time when the Asian community, when the black community down there rise up against the Asian community? Guess what he gonna do? He gonna get his gun, run out there and fight against his own brothers and sisters, protect her family. We are never gonna get out of this captivity unless we have a third world war out. And it's so sad to say because there's so much of our brothers and sisters are gonna die. I'm not saying that I yearn for it per se. That's a terrible time as to come up. I wish all Israelites just be saved, man. All the other nations get die off. Type of thing. We just wage war in all the other nations up. We come together and let's wage war in all the other nations up. Let's kill them all. Only be a whole earth full of Israelites. Why? Because they've been doing that for us for 100 years. Like a fire must be matched with fire up. But knowing our people now know how we are up, there needs to be a third world war, or else we will be in this captivity forever. I'm saying be in the captivity forever. Give me 2nd Ezra, 13:1. And you give me Montezai, give me Ezekiel 38. You're gonna give me 1-7. So Ezekiel 38.
Is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
A man waxed what?
Strong with the thousands of heaven.
Who's this speaking on here? a man waxed strong, thousands from heaven, right? Who's he speaking of? I already gave it away. Damn. Yahushua, right? Speaking on Yahushua, who's coming down from heaven with thousands from heaven? Other than Yahushua, right? Keep going for me, y'all.
And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
All the things what?
Trembled that were seen under him.
It's a terrible day coming up. When Yahushua come out, it's a terrible day. What I need every man and woman to imagine is this. You see the wickedness that you're doing in your life and the things that you're struggling with up, when that time comes up, you see your desire, right, in your weakness to do those wickedness up, your fear will outweigh that desire when Yahushua comes. I'm going to repeat it again. You see that your temptation to do that wickedness that you're doing, when Yahushua comes, your fear will outweigh that temptation was to come up. Now, just imagine that temptation that you have, whether it be lusting after whores or whatever it is, it be. And so hard it is to fight that temptation, right? Like a drug addict, right? How hard it is to fight that lust. Your fear will outweigh that temptation when Christ makes his second coming. Your fear will outweigh that temptation. It's a brother that's got we connected with recently, man. Brother, when I was out in the world, we used to be out in the field together, right? I'm trying to get a brother to come to the truth, Akims. I'm saying I'm trying to get a brother to come to the truth, man. I'm saying I'm supposed to be linking up with a brother. It'll be next week, Friday. I'm supposed to link up with the brother, man. Most High willing, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting that brother down here in the class, man. Most High willing, right? And I'm telling you, the fear when you're being chased up, when you're being chased with a weapon up, the fear you get from that up. Now, just imagine your life being in danger up. And imagine that fear is nothing compared to the fear when Yahushua comes. That's the best way I can explain it to you. I'm saying that's the best way I can explain it to you. That the fear when Yahushua comes, that fear will be so immense, so intense. It will cripple you up. You ever heard of saying when they say certain fear can cripple a man? Like meaning when shit kick off up, like you always see who is, what's the word that goes? Pressure. Pressure, fight or flight type thing. But there's a type of flight where you're like this. Like, I'm saying it's not funny, you know what I'm saying? But type of fight where there's certain men that run towards danger. Danger happen, and you can't even it's hard to even explain. It's like an out-of-body experience. Like you run towards danger. There used to be a saying that Benjamin used to say in Kingston, like when there was what happened to me listening to him earlier, the brother by the name, the rapper 50 Cent. So he came to perform in Kingston one time. 50 got shot up. And that when you get shot, a lot of brothers that have been shot before, they have a certain PTSD. You know what I mean? So when they hear like gunshots again, they react different. You won't know unless you've been shot. I've never been shot, so I can't. You know what I mean? So the Jamaicans was, when 50 was down there, Jamaicans bust shots. So they call lick shots or bust shots, shoot in the air when they shoot out of respect. Came from the heathen, from the wild Indian, Arabs, the wild Arabs and shit. So Benjamin's kind of take up after them wild and all shit. So 50 was performing when he was at the height of his career. And the Jamaicans in the crowd, and let's imagine thousands, like field full of, I couldn't imagine. They probably like 100,000. It was so much. The whole Kingston shut down. So you're looking at, they love for the 200,000. They probably way more. And let's imagine out of that, you're looking at least, I'm being serious, at least 100,000 like guns, like going off in the shower. You see the lights down at night, And 50 Cent, like, his fear, you know what I'm saying, it's not fun. Took off, ran, you know what I'm saying, they shooting, and they telling them no. In Jamaica, they doing that shit because they have love for you. He's like, hey, you gotta tell him to stop doing that shit, man. And he went back on here, and people in that told him, hey, don't do that. And in Jamaica tell him, hey, he don't like that. He's not used to that, you know what I'm saying? You know, he's been hit before, and man, oh, sorry, and woo, you know what I mean? The crowd is, and he come back out there, give him that. Our brother's a trooper. I came out there and finished the show up. But honestly, I have to say, in that time to come up, even a man with the PTSD, our PTSD, he shall, that fear of Yahweh coming will be more immense than the time when he ain't got shot or hearing gunshots up. That's the only way I can explain it for you. When this man come up, an army that he come with, fear shall spread throughout the earth up, like a wildfire, like the air that we breathe. That's how fast the fear shall flee up throughout the earth. That's what the Third World War is speaking on. That's why the book of Proverbs say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. It's wise to do all you need to do now. It's wise to keep the law, statutes, and commandments now, because when that sky crack and Yahweh shall come, nigga, he's not taking no prisoners out. You will die, Ak.
Right.
You will die. You are as honorable he is and as nice as, you know what I'm saying, as Christians trying to paint Yahweh as a punk. I'm saying as nice and as holy as they paint him to be, he's a king, one, and two, he's a perfect son. He's here to do the Most High's will. There's no one that killed more than the Most High. So he's coming back, and the Most High said to kill you up. What you think Yahweh is going to stand in between that? I can say, no, I can't kill him. Why? Because you, whoever you are, it doesn't work like that. You will be put to death, right? And that fear is what's being talked about here. You got one from me, Matazah? Go ahead,
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, let thy face against Gog, the land of Magog.
So this is Gog and Magog, right? I think today's, if I'm not mistaken, a while back, I think they're like I want to say it's somewhere over there near Germany, Germans and Slocky. Give me a minute. What is it? Russia. It's not. Is it Germany or Russia? Germany and Russia? Is it just Russia? Okay, it's Russia, right? I knew it was one. I knew it was over there. I know it's one of them white nations over there, right? Go ahead, up.
The chief prince of Meshech and Tabor.
The chief prince of Meshech and Tabor. This is speaking on Russia, right? Over in that region. What's the original name for them again? Keep reading now. Keep reading for me. I'm gonna get it. Keep reading.
And prophesy against him and say, Thus saith the Lord God, and behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshech and Tabor, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and will slay, and all thy army, horses.
So the Most High said he put a hook, right? Read that from the hook again, Salakia.
God, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and bring thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, right? When he's speaking on that hook, Mosai is giving the symbolism of a what? Like a fish.
A fish, right? Like a what's people that go fishing again? They call it fishers. Is that what it's called? Fishers? Oh, come. You know what I'm saying? So a fisherman, fisherman. I'm tweeting, fisherman, right? I'm thinking of fisherman like how, like Paul and me, you know, the man that throw the net out and shit. I'm doing the lazy fishing, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And then you pull the net up. Yeah, okay, anyway. So he's giving a symbol. He's in the symbolism of a fisherman, and using a hook as a fish, right? So why do you hook them out of a fish? You hook them out of the fish to control them, right? Most I saying that he will hook the mouth, right? Go ahead.
To like reel them back in.
Really, yeah, to reel them back in to control them, right? So he said that he will hook the mouth of Agog, right? And pull them back. Go ahead.
And I will bring thee forth, and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them holding, all of them handling swords.
So the Mosai said, I'm going to bring them back, bring their army, right? Mosai speaking on the army. We talking about your chariots and your horses, and you know, people use horses for what? To fight, right? Back then, I heard, we read up on the history, you know, I like a lot of war histories and things like that. A lot of the great warriors used to be on horses. They used to use men on horseback. Personally, I seen a horse today out. I don't know. I'd rather be on feet, man. But a lot of them brothers out, I'm saying they were excellent on horseback, right? They would come up with that long spear, and you know what I'm saying, and fight you off the horseback, which I guess is smarter because a horse is about what, 6'1" or something like that, 6 foot high at least, right? And you mean to tell me that man's a lot harder to hit, huh? You know what I'm saying, so I guess it makes sense when a horse comes, he's so big, 2,000 pound plus, 3,000 pound plus, bumping into you, you running, so it makes sense.
Right.
So that's what they use the horses for. Go ahead, Op.
Right, not only that, but the horses are all full of armor, and Ephraim used to do was,
They put armor in their horse, huh?
Yeah, they put armor in the horse.
Nigga.
And what they did was,
Who did that?
Well, I'm pretty sure all.
No. I'm taking it back. Yes, the Romans did that too. The Romans did that. They put that. I'm tripping. Yeah, that one satchel with a horse. Yeah, just so their horse, you couldn't shoot their horse in 9 months. Yes.
Really, it was just so they can focus on what's in front of them.
The horses, yeah, they
something in right here.
Yeah.
So they won't be able to look to the right or to the left. So all they can focus was what's right in front of them. So the only thing that can control them was them. But Ephraim would put that horn, that which would look like a unicorn, right? To basically kind of like, it's like a weapon, right? So whatever,
like a ram,
you
say like a ram,
or like a bull, right? So it's like they'll put armor all over the horse, so anything, so basically it's like a kind of like, what are you using?
No, yeah. Well, what you're saying is heavy. The brother's saying is basically he's giving a history of how many of these nations, even us Israelites, we use these horses to go into battle with. And that's 100% true. You know what I'm saying? I just know how I see horses today. I don't know how them brothers did it. Especially they used to go wild horseback. A lot of the Israelite brothers used to go horseback without no what is it? No rope to control a horse. They used to just jump on the horse's back, grab his hair, and just
without the saddle.
Yeah, without the saddle. Yeah, I don't know how them brothers did it, especially in the midst of a war. I'll tell you, I'd rather go on feet. You know what I'm saying, I'd rather go on feet up. For real. I'd rather go on feet. I'm saying so that's too dangerous for me. But that's to show you the Most High saying that he would bring their chariots, right? They bring their armies in the battle. Go ahead, up.
Right. Verse 5.
Verse
Persia,
5. Go ahead.
Ethiopia and Libya, with them, all of them with shields and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togorma of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself.
Right. Mosai said, be thou prepared, right? Prepare yourself for this time. And he's telling who to be prepared. the other nations, right? If the other nations are smart out, which I know a lot of them know this out, they're preparing themselves for this time. Here's the only backside to it out. They feel that if they come together, they can defeat the Most High out. There's a possibility they can defeat the Most High. It was on Facebook. I think I saw it was like a robot they were making out, and the robot was like walking a dog out. I was disgusted out. It was like a robot, like a robot. In fact, no, it was a robot man walking a robot dog. Yeah, and then people of Europe was like looking at like, what the hell is this? And they're saying that they're gonna make it to where those dogs can jump, like I'm saying, massively and high out. Things like that out. Like, well, obviously, you only do things like that out if you're preparing for something mightier than the mightier than just men. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Mightier than men. Because surely you don't need all that then if you're just, your problem is with men. If the problem is with men, there's nothing in history. There's one thing that taught us is nothing a bullet can't fix up. Right? If your problem is with men, just make more bullets. Make more guns. But to be building robots, something that's supposed to be perceived men, better than men, what are you getting ready for? If not for something mightier than men. And that is the reason why they're doing that out. To prepare themselves to fight the Most High. Right? Give me an Amos 5:18, bro. Amos 5:18 for me.
Is the book of Amos, chapter 5, and verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Here's what I say to every brother and sister, man. If you're an Israelite out there, man, and if you're a heathen out there, and you desire that day to come up, what does it mean to desire it to come? Does it mean like when it come, you don't want it to come? Like you wish you didn't come to that time? Or what is it? Go ahead out.
Like a Christian, like, you know.
Come on. Like what would Christians see it as?
Loving and peace. Like,
No, because don't forget, Christians are afraid of that day out. Christians don't want that day to come. Why? Christians are living good up. Christians love Thanksgiving up. I don't think people understand. Like Christians love Christmas up.
well,
Around this time, they love it up.
well, when you tell them about what we, you know, what the Lord is going to do in that day, they do get afraid. But really, more so, they're like, oh yeah, well, you know, like they think the Lord is like a woman, you know, soft, you know, loving, and is gonna end all evil, you know.
Yes, I want to say you're right. Yes, the brother's saying is how Christians desire that day to come up. They desire that day to come as if it's like a rejoicing day. I'm saying, like they want the day of the Lord to come. They desire it to come as if it's a day of joy and love. When surely it's not. Surely it's not. You should not desire that day because you think it's love. Even if you don't think it's loving, you know, if you're an Israelite out there, just speaking on a fake Israelite group, I saw a video of a fake Israelite saying that that's why 2/3 of you niggas, he said just like that verbatim. So 2/3 of you N-words gotta die. He said just like that, 2/3 of you gotta die. You know what I'm saying the Most High come and at them chariots and we take off on them chariots, man, y'all gonna die. He was speaking on yelling at the people and speaking on the people in the streets, right? Why should he not desire that day out? Specifically them saying that. Why should they not desire that day? Because they're going to be the ones to die.
Right.
You know, it's something I've been saying for years. I've been saying for years, man. If there's anything the UPK is those two brothers that was about to die. One of them trying to persecute Yahushai, and the other one saying no, for he have done no wrong. We're the wicked. And UPK, we see ourselves as that man that had that famous saying. We all know that saying. I'm saying he had that famous saying. And the reason why we say that is because for us knowing that all that we have done out in the earth, and to be able to wake up to this truth and to respect the truth enough, or respect the most, or love the truth enough. You know what I'm saying, and to know that the Most High chose you out of all these other brothers and sisters that couldn't understand it. He chose you to understand it and to get the knowledge of it up, right? And you in itself, which brother in here would not tell me that now that you know the truth, that it got easier? Have you got easy for you, Parak? Have you got easy for you, Matazan? Absolutely not. Be honest. Was it not easier when you were, I don't know, celebrating the holidays of this world, or eating whatever you want to eat?
I mean, you didn't have to say no a lot.
You didn't say it again?
You didn't have to say no a lot.
You didn't have to say no a lot. There was no discipline during that time, huh? It's like a dog. You hump whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? You sleep with whoever you want, as much as you want, throw them away as much as you want. You know what I'm saying? That's easy. In the ISUPK, what we've been chosen to do by the Most High is difficult, man. Keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, as the Most High say, it's not grievous. Like, it's not difficult to keep them. But you know what make them difficult in our eyes, many of our eyes in this world?
What do you mean? Like,
What makes these laws difficult in this earth that we're living in?
what makes it difficult?
I already gave it away.
The white man?
Because of the wickedness we're living around. Believe me when I tell you, see all these brothers that love prostitutes and whores and all that, and whether it be blue movies or what Benjamin would call pornography for a lot of brothers, man, and whether it be busting guns. If it wasn't for all these movies and the infatuation America have with sexuality, and a lot of brothers struggle with homosexuality out there, sisters that struggle with lesbianism out there. If it was not for this wicked kingdom pushing that out, and you seen that in your face each and every day out, you know they say the eyes are the key to the soul, right? If your eyes weren't seeing these things out, you weren't hearing of these things out, surely there would be no need for you to lust after him. Think about it. Get bored of his wife. I'm gonna throw her away. Why? She boring now, man. You know why she boring? Because of all the shit that he's hearing other women do. All the blue movies or pornography he's watching, she's not boring to him because she can't do the trick that Shorty in the video doing. Not knowing that they yelling cut, not knowing that Shorty not really moaning like that. You feel me? Like she not even, that's all an act. But she's boring to him because he's living in a world where all of that, if you don't come with all that, it's not fun. You know what I'm saying? And surely keeping the laws of God will be difficult in that time up. Surely you not watching those things and not indulging in certain shit is difficult a lot. Why? Because you live in a world where it's pushed everywhere. It's in front of your face. Surely you not eating crab would not be difficult if you never ate crab a day in your life. That's why when I hear brothers in the truth, they say that, oh, their sons grew up in the truth, their daughters grew up in the truth, and you see how their kids act. For them, a lot of the things that brothers that coming out of that world struggle with, whether it be smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, I'm saying drugs, or whatever it is, they don't have a problem with that because they came up in the truth. That Captain Arya, right, came up in the truth, didn't he? Captain Arya had to worry about Christmas being the lust and want to celebrate Christmas, the lust and wanting to eat pork That man have never ate pork a day in his life. But you know who lusts after that pork? The one who remember, you know what I'm saying, having that pork, one who eating that pork. I'm saying, you ever heard of saying, right? Precept for paraphrasing, train up a child in its way, and when he get older, he shall not depart from it. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so important, because a man today, with all the lust he's going on with, he would not make the kingdom of heaven. Why he won't make the kingdom of heaven? Because of America, because of all we live under. That's why you keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. That, and it's like in the kingdom you be a superstar. In the kingdom you be a superstar. I'm saying, you mean to tell me you go into the high holy days and you're sitting on that massive table to be in the future? I'm saying all them heathens finna build up. God knows how long that table is gonna be up. Yahweh Shai sitting at the head of it up, right? And you one of the men at the table up, Most High willing, right? You mean to tell me you sitting there up, and our nation and other nations, more importantly, looking at all of us up. You are a superstar up. For sure. Do you mean to tell me in the wicked kingdom when the stories will be told in the future, right? About how wicked this kingdom was, surely you mean to tell me that Amatazai kept the law? How the hell did he make it out of that? How the hell did Parak make it out of that? How the hell did Lahab make it out of that? I'm saying, how the hell did Razan, I'm saying Kabata Maz, Apayak, how the hell did Captain the Dalahar make it out of that? How the hell did these men make it out of this, huh? Officer Thaba 1, Officer Shabal, how did these men make it out of this? That's how difficult it is when I said, or to our eyes, why it's difficult in this time, huh? Because all we live around, huh? And the Most High speaking in that third world's war that's to come, that shall redeem us out of this, huh? That it's for us. I'm saying, but even it being for us, woe unto that day, because so much of our people shall die. So much of our people. Give me Revelations 18, Parak, real quick for me. I'm about to hold Revelations 19 and 17. We're gonna hold it. We're gonna leave it there.
You want 18 or what?
18 and just start 1 for me.
Okay.
And Matzah, give me Revelations 19 and 17.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen.
Babylon the what? The Great is fallen, right? America, this earth is fallen, right? Go ahead.
And is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Everyone
have joined hands with the America. Everyone have joined hands with America at her rulership, right? Everyone has. Everyone abused the Israelites. Everyone abused the Mexicans in that time. Every single one. The Asians joined hands with the white man in abusing the Mexicans. How do I know? Right now, if you go into Mexico, you will find Asian stores built up in Mexico. All right. The East Indians have joined hands with the white man in oppressing Israel. Right now, if you go into Jamaica, you're gonna find East Indian businesses built up, oppressing the Benjamites, oppressing the Jamaicans. I'm saying the Africans have joined hands with the so-called white man because he is here in America, living fat, where a lot of people consider him to be a so-called black man like the rest of us. But he's treated way better out of the spirit. Other nations treat him way better and hold them as a higher class. As they say, they're not an Akata, which disgusts me up. Asian never call me Akata. It's a Lakia. Man, I am not an Akata. So they have joined hands with America to oppress the Israelites. Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
The kings of Benjamin Netanyahu, or whatever the hell that Jewish white man's name is, right? Even the one from Africa by the name of Muammar Gaddafi, he met his end. He did join hands with him. You know what I'm saying? What's the other one from Russia name? Putin, and the one from China. And I don't know who he's you know them Chinese, the Chinese, they be having XING. Niggas can't pronounce that. You know what I'm saying? And the one from North Korea, King Jong, that one, the Un. You know what I'm saying? I all join hands up. Go ahead.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
And the what?
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
And the merchants of the earth. What is the merchants of the earth? What's a merch or a merchant?
A merchant. Merchant is somebody that's in the business of selling things.
Right? So meaning what? What is the Most High saying here? And the merchants of the earth. The businessmen. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, yeah.
Damn it, my fault.
No, yeah.
Saying
America is built basically on trade. It started with us.
Right. America is built on trade. America is built on so-called businessmen, right? Trades and merchants and all them. Merchants used to do what? They used to trade people back then, right? East Indians was big on that. Trade slaves and all that. American trade, the first thing they sold on the Black Wall Street was what? Hell, they even call it Black Wall Street. It was us, slaves, was sold on Black Wall Street. Right? So the merge, like they got rich over here in America, right? Because there's so much, they have a whole nation of people that they can abuse, right? Get rich off of. Go ahead.
And I heard another voice come from heaven. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people.
Come out of her, my people." Go ahead.
That ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquity.
I said a voice, they said he heard a voice like saying, "Come out of her, my people." I'm saying the Most High has been saying this since the time we've been taken into this captivity, man. It's time to start coming out of America. I'm saying time of us to stop following the philosophies of America. If you celebrated Christmas, you're in America. You celebrated Thanksgiving, you're in America. You celebrated Halloween, you're in America. Valentine's Day, you're in America. You eat shrimp, crab, and lobster, you're in America. If you're a whore, you're in America. If you're a whoremonger, you're in America. Right? If you're out there and you're calling yourself to be in the truth, you're teaching that a man can only have one wife, you're in America. You have joined hands with America. You smoke weed, you have joined hands with America. That is not coming out of her. Stop following the philosophies of her. That's not coming out of her. You know what I'm saying? Mata, give me what you got out. Close it out.
Book of Revelations, chapter 19, verse 17. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God.
Unto the what?
Unto the supper of the great God.
That is that's so cold up. Start from 16 now. Give me from 16. Give me from 16 up.
Verse 16. And he had on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings.
King of what?
King of Kings.
King of Kings. Go ahead.
And Lord of Lords.
And Lord of Lords. This is obviously Yahweh Shai. There's no other King of Kings and Lord of Lords ever face of this earth than Yahweh Shai. That's a man that earned that title. You know what I'm saying? Keep going for me, y'all.
And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying,
so he's saying that he spoke and he saw Yahweh Shai, right? King of Kings and Lord of Lords, right? Then he's saying he saw an angel, right? Standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, right? What did he cry out?
Saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven.
What's that fowls?
Like literally?
Yeah.
Birds.
What is it speaking on? Birds, right? That fowls, birds, right? So he's saying that he's doing what? Crying out to the birds. Saying he cries with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of the earth, of the heaven, right? Go ahead.
Come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God.
What was the Most High speaking here? Who was the fowls?
What the birds do,
They eat.
They eat dead flesh.
Dead flesh. So what is the Most High saying here? Who's those fowls? Who eat dead flesh? Which fowls eat dead flesh?
Who's that?
What bird eat dead flesh?
The vulture.
Yeah, vultures,
Crows. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever saw like a feel of in the movies where you see our dead bodies? It wasn't a trick question. I was really asking. I'm saying when I'm saying who is these dead, I think the occupant thing I'm asking a trick question. I'm not. I'm saying I'm just saying the birds. Who are these birds? Who are they? You remember those little black birds that come in all the movies? And whenever there's a dead body out in the desert or whatever it is out, and the birds that come out, they eat off those flesh out. They're the one that clean up. That's like you have crab, that the bottom feeders, right? Crab, shrimp, and all that. They keep the ocean clean. Those birds keep the earth clean up. Meaning, whether it be a dead animal, whether it be a dead body, those birds are here to keep the earth clean. So the Most High is saying here, he's saying, and I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of the heaven, and let you know, it's talking about actual birds, right? Come and gather yourself together onto the supper of the great God. What is the Most High saying? That's so cold. Go ahead.
It's a lot of dead bodies.
He's saying, look, I gotta, oh my, the crows will be fat in that day. That's how much dead people's gonna be in the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be so much dead people in the face of the earth. It's gonna be you see what we call a buffet, all you can eat buffet. Imagine that for the birds. Man, sure the birds like, man, what have we done to deserve this much, right? You know what I'm saying? To them, it's like, oh my God. Like, so when people see food, they go, man, this is it, man. This is so great. A lot of people are like that with food. Now the birds shall do that. That's how much people are going to die in the Third World War. I'm saying that day of the judgment day comes because it's earned. This earth have earned that. I'm saying you cannot say you have earned that, man. So when your day of calamity comes, take it. You have earned that. You have earned it, man. You didn't care to listen to the voice of the men of the ISUPK. You spit on the men of the ISUPK. Some of you didn't kill with groups that didn't kill the men of the ISUPK, man. You mean to tell me that group didn't kill a prophet of the Most High in ISUPK, and you're still with that group when that group is marked for death? Right. You did not care to even consider what the ISUPK saying on Commander General Yohana, man. So you have to meet that faith. You have to meet that faith, and it's only right. So once again, with ISUPK coming to 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, I'm Officer Apayat. We got classes from Tuesday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'm saying at 12416 North 28 Drive. That's 12416 North 28 Drive. And we got class on Saturday from 10 to 10 to 12 noon, the Sabbath service. With that, I pass class to Precinct Officer Perot.
ISUPK security announcements with ISUPK started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. These are the rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world, and if they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which that brother and sister will court each other. And after that 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. The word tithes means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every increase, it's like 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you, give it to the Treasury Department or to the teacher. Priest funds, which are free will offerings for the priest. They're not mandatory, but they're whatsoever amount that you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. This Sunday we'll be having the closing to the Feast of Dedication. All right, so this Sunday at 7 p.m. we'll have the closing to the Feast of Dedication. All Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans will be invited, of course, as of course to all the classes. All right, if you come into the physical school location, make sure that you GPS the school's location. Even if you know how to get here, that'll help boost our stats on Google. Also, visit the school's website. You can do that by going to ISUPK Arizona Google search, and you can click on our website there. All right. If any brother wants to become a trooper in the school, you can start wearing all black. That includes black boots, black shirt, black pants, black headband, and black scarf. And with that, we'll give the teacher a courtesy salute. The individual out of module which means to stand. Amaju Shabbat. Amaju Rock. Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Baruch Thumb.
Y'all about Shema Shema the thumb.
Yadu Matzah. Class dismissed.